Live from Miami, Florida, broadcasting around the world. You're listening to Patriots Perspective with Christi Tasker. Your news behind the government's facade. Don't fall victim to propaganda or spend another 30 days in the tech gulag. Turn off your tell live vision and just listen. Hear the most mind-opening hours of your life as we interview whistleblowers and real patriots for uncensored truth. The Commie News Network and Fake Book cannot control the power of Jesus Christ. Therefore, they have no power over us. There aren't enough Vegas strippers to fake check what's coming. Put in your earphones and avoid the tech tyrants. Subscribe to patriotsperspective.com now and see the evidence and action items to help you take back your God-given rights, government, and expose Satan and his demons taking up residence in your community. Be sure to hit the like or rumble button and comment to tell us where you're holding the line.
Good evening, Patriots. Thank you guys for tuning back in to Patriots Perspective here on YouTube, Rumble, wherever you are listening, Apple, we are everywhere, Spotify. We can't even keep up with all the locations. Our message just blasts and go out there. But if you are listening on Spotify or any of the other podcast networks, make sure that you do tune in to YouTube and we'll get to see what my guest and I look like and meet Mr. Dan Draper, all the way from North Carolina. Dan, thank you so much for joining me tonight on Patriots Perspective to get your perspective of what is really happening in this world, what's happening with our geopolitics, our national politics, and of course, we must discuss Iran. Would not be a night in American news without discussing Iran. So Dan, welcome back to Veterans for America First. War Room, we're on live there. So I know that we will want to make sure that our veterans have a tune of what is happening, because as I understand it, you have a lot of veterans in your family too, right, Dan? David, I'm sorry.
It's David. Yeah.
David. Yeah. Here I am going, David, Dan. can you tell how many interviews I've been in today? I apologize, David. Obviously we don't know each other. We're just meeting each other. So I'm excited to have you on for an interview, to meet you, to hear what's happening. You may actually have to come up a little bit closer to your computer. Otherwise we won't be able to hear you closely. Sorry about that. I'm even having to lean up over. I'm having a little bit of issues with mics and, computers and everything. So if anybody's wondering like what has happened in my background today, that is what. But here we are anyway, because our voices are not going to be silenced. And I have David Draper on with me, who has a "Don't Tread on Me" flag in the background, which that is one of the things that I love the most, because I don't believe that we should let a government or anybody tread on us, David. And after listening to my last night's guest, who was an Iranian prisoner for being a Christian, I think it's time for us to speak up, stand up, show up, do whatever we can to make sure that we get our message out there before the tyrants try to take back over.
Yes, that's a tough act to follow.
Yeah, it sure is.
Appreciate that.
David, you guys have had so much go on in North Carolina that has actually concerned me. In terms of weather warfare, what I feel like is weather warfare, because I think it's very odd that a hurricane would go inland that far. And by the way, my dad lives in Georgia. It actually dropped off a couple of, let's just say, little crawfish in his garage. So it's very odd that little hurricane that's knocked out everything that just so happens to be in one of the most supreme parts of North Carolina with lots of natural resources. Do you have any information on that, David?
Yes, that's in Western North Carolina, and I'm located in Eastern North Carolina, and that, up in that area is about 8-hour drive away. But a lot of us seen it all, especially on the internet, and the weather, like you're saying, the weather. Going up into the mountains like that is very suspicious with the cloud seeding and things you hear about,
Yeah, it's very odd because even the Ron DeSantis, our governor of Florida, has actually just come out here recently and said we are not going to allow any more cloud seeding or any geotechnical weather warfare going on inside the state of Florida. I think a lot of people have kind of missed that. It's very interesting that, you know, all of this is kind of happening all at the same time. And meanwhile, what's happening in Eastern North Carolina?
Well, Eastern North Carolina, we have right now the shrimping industry with the intercoastal waterways. The state senators want to ban shrimping in the intercoastal waterways inside the barrier islands, and it'll put a whole shrimping industry out of business. And they're up there. They were up there in Raleigh today. Probably had every shrimper in North Carolina and eastern South Carolina up there, and probably Virginia too. They come to us to eat shrimp.
David, what is the purpose of? I mean, what is the purpose? Where did they get the idea that this was a good idea?
They get these studies done, you know, environmental studies, and I'm pretty new to the subject because it just come up overnight, you know, and I had to do a lot of reading to kind of catch up on an issue because I'm not a shrimper, you know, and you know, everybody in the Republican Party that I usually work with, we all got together and we got a big protest going on up there. A bunch of trucks riding around, shrimp, you know, all the shrimp, they're up there riding around, and the legislature listen their voice.
Well, I have to know, what is the Bubblegum Shrimp Company doing about this?
Oh, I'm not sure. He was down in Louisiana, wasn't he?
You know, I often wonder, you know, like where they're getting their shrimp. Oh my goodness, you can hear the cars in the background. So you often wonder, where are they going to get the shrimp? Because, you know, this sounds like a ploy to buy it from somewhere. So it's going to be coming from somewhere.
Overseas.
Yeah, so they're wanting to buy it from overseas. And who is the largest shrimp supplier in the world? Let's just look. Largest shrimp supplier in the world. Want to take any guesses, David?
I didn't study the matter. I read over some of that stuff, and it.
Well, let's just look. I mean, just in a matter of seconds, we can find the largest shrimp supplier in China. Look and see if there are any of these companies that are advocating. And then also look and see which lobbyists are lobbying against or supposedly for this saving of the shrimp, okay? Because it's obviously going to come from somewhere. Look, conveniently, China became the world's top shrimp importer in 2023. Shockingly. Wow. We had to look really far for that, didn't we, David?
Yeah.
So you tell me what our politicians are in bed with, because I think it's absolutely disgusting that we would be, you know, trying to stop an entire platform of people, the shrimpers that we have here in America, to buy shrimp, most likely from China. I mean, don't we already buy enough from China? So to me, this sounds like an invasion of a foreign entity and colluding with foreign entities, which would be a direct violation of our Constitution, and a possibility that there might be some foreign entities playing within your government that may be
Lobbyists.
Yeah, lobbyists. Exactly. Are they registered lobbyists, or are they unregistered? So that's one of the things that we are finding here.
Some of them are probably registered, and they're old names that's been around for a while, and I can't think of the name. I've posted it on all my social media platforms, I just didn't study the matter. I was just getting information out there for other people to
Yeah,
see.
no, for sure. Absolutely. I mean, because it's, it's one of those things where you don't think you should have to keep up with it. You shouldn't have to keep up with every single thing. But unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, we are in an era where we have to keep up with everything, every single thing that we are hearing about in our government, because it affects us. That would affect not only your food sources, but it actually affects local jobs. It affects business owners. It affects restaurants. So you're talking about a major part of the coastline. And the reality is, I guarantee you somewhere down the way, just like we found out with the, I'm not even going to say it so that we can make sure that this video stays on to YouTube. But where did that come from? China. Okay. So guess what, ladies and gentlemen, anytime you see someone that is promoting and telling us that, oh, we should just go along with China. We should, maybe this has gone too far. You know what? They are liars, and they are probably operatives for the Chinese Communist Party. You just need to call it as it is. And you know what? When you see that happening and you see people saying, well, you know what? China's not so bad. We should just get along with them. You know what? Make sure that you comment. You don't listen to that news reporter again. And that you tell them what you think before you quit watching their stations, because I'm kind of sick and tired of them not pushing back and asking them to denounce the Chinese Communist Party. If there's such favoritism to China, why don't they just go back and live there? So I'll say that because, my last guest, the Iranian prisoner, said, you know what, if Muslims, if you want to practice all of that, go back to Iran, go back to Afghanistan. You know what, don't come here and try to invade our freedom and our Christianity, because it's sickening, it's deafening, and I'm not staying quiet about it. I wasn't really quiet about it before, but I'm definitely not being quiet about it now, because you know what, we have immigrants that are saying they need to leave, that people need to leave. If they don't like our country, then they need to pack their bags and leave. So let these people that, want to try to control our food sources and everything that you put into your body, let them go back wherever they came from. And I hope that people there are speaking up. So David, what are people doing about it in North Carolina, and what do you think they should be doing about it? Should they be out protesting? Should they be writing letters to their government officials?
Oh yes, you're still talking about the shrimp?
Yeah, on the shrimp. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yes,
oh yeah, I'm passionate about these shrimp, man.
Email, and make phone calls.
Okay, and will you give me a list of people that they need to email and put phone calls, and it'll be down in the description. So look in the description. I'll get those from David. He doesn't even know he's going to have to get those to me. Can you tell everybody?
State legislature, they'll get it.
Okay, so we'll make sure to get that, David, from you. I'm going to hold you accountable to that, because I'm going to put it in the description, because that is going to be your call to action, ladies and gentlemen, because our shrimp and grits are at risk.
I actually do have a list of email accounts for every state senator representative.
Okay. Yeah. And we can all do that. It doesn't have to be just North Carolina citizens. We can inundate their inboxes. We can call, we can make their phones just ring off the hook. And matter of fact, every single person that we have an email address to in that office, we need to be emailing all of them and letting them know that we mean business, and that they will not be back in office if they want to continue to play these communist tricks.
Yes, North Carolina has very high quality shrimp compared to other countries. And another thing they're doing is they want to sell farm raised shrimp from other countries here, and it's already here. So if you're eating shrimp, and just be careful what you're eating, and ask for fresh shrimp, because the farm raised shrimp is grown in hog feces.
So this is actually some new news that's just come out, David. So I'm gonna play it really quick, just a short clip, and then we can comment on it. Okay.
You can see right here that they're selling live shrimp for free. But now this is the reason why they're here, is to fight for this. Now, House Bill 442 was passed by the Senate 41-4 in favor of adding the trawling ban to House Bill 442. If passed by the House, this measure could have major impacts on the shrimping industry. House Bill 442 has a restriction banning shrimp trawling within half a mile of the shoreline. Supporters say this will help to restore recreational fishing for flounder and red snapper, but others disagree. People from all over eastern North Carolina showed up to voice their opinions. Trying to bring shrimp out here today.
To give them away. Let everybody know that if this bill goes through, this is what they will never get to eat again.
And yesterday, the Senate in the second reading passed 45-2 House Bill 441, a shrimp trawling transition program. It would provide annual transition payments until 2028. And as the legislator and Senate discuss the bill, we will keep you updated here on socials and our website at WCTI12.com. People are loving the shrimp over here. But reporting in Raleigh, I'm Mary Grace Armistead, News 12.
So, David, you agree that's what's happening right now?
Oh, yeah.
Basically what she just said. I mean, that was a pretty good piece. So we got ShrimpGate going on, ladies and gentlemen. ShrimpGate. Okay. Yep. ShrimpGate. Don't let them buy with it. Hashtag ShrimpGate. I can guarantee you that is going to be a trending subject. If not, we need to make it trending because this is ridiculous that this would happen.
And this bill was supposed to come out as something different. And did, but at the last minute they added shrimp trawling ban. At the last minute, everybody had to jump and run and get ready and go.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I'm telling you, David, we've got to get these people out of office. I mean, we really do. There's so many people that we need to get out, because if we don't get them out, and we need to pay attention to who is actually voting for these ridiculous things, because no matter which side of the fence they're on, they need to be out of office, because number one, they don't even ask for public opinion on some of these things that affect people's lives greatly. Like here in the city of Miami, we have politicians trying to give themselves another year without an election. Imagine that. Imagine our Ponzi Postalita Francis Suarez trying to give himself another year via Damian Pardo. It's like they make backroom deals, shake each other's hands, or I should say shake something else, but I'm not going to go there just in case there are children listening. And it's just what did you say?
And then the good ones that are fighting for us are being silenced. Yeah.
Well, and then sometimes they actually wait till those people get sick or they have a death in their family. Then they want to host like a last minute meeting, where they know that they have the votes. I mean, it's disgusting that they would even try this. So yeah, the shrimp industry being at stake is a big one. So what else is going on in North Carolina? Anything else that you want to talk about?
Well, we're ramping up for 2026. We got to get good people that support Trump's agenda in office, and especially in my district. My district is still Democrat, pretty much.
Okay.
We had a whirlwind election in our district last time, and some shenanigans went on. I'm not going to go into detail, but shenanigans went on, and our Republican candidate should have won. And by the numbers, yes. But there was a Libertarian candidate to split the votes.
Oh.
And, normally that wouldn't happen, but there was some conspiracy stuff going on there, and I'm not going to get into details about it. It's been over in North Carolina.
Well, you're trying to combat that. So what can people do, and what needs to happen there? Do you need veterans to run for office? Because, veterans are the people that I trust the most in our government, because they have to uphold the Constitution. They at least love our country enough to have gone and died or gone and fought for it. Some of them have had to die in the process. And I trust them more than I do these Ponzi Postalita politicians that we have in many of our states and counties and cities. So is that the case? Do you have any politicians that, I know you don't want to say that, maybe you don't want to say this, and I'm putting you on the spot, but are there any that need to stay and that you want to advocate for? Or are you really looking for replacements for almost all?
Well, we're looking for a lot of replacements, and there's some that I would like to see stay. As it is right at the moment, I hate to use names because I haven't asked permission, to use these.
No, I don't want you to use names for sure. Absolutely. But
we've got a lot of good ones, and we've got some that need to be replaced, especially with a D, because they have a more stringent party line that they have to follow. And you don't see Democrats break away from the party line as much as you do Republicans for some reason.
Yeah, no, you don't. The other thing that I'm wondering, we have a lot of veterans that are out there that may be listening. So if you are, which district are you in, and how should they contact you if they're interested in running for office, David?
I'm from Martin County. You can contact me at my email, Draper David 95 at gmail.com.
Draper David 95 at gmail.com. Okay, I hope I have this correct. If not, we're putting up somebody else's email. Draper David 95 at gmail.com. Okay.
Yes.
So if you're interested in running for office, veterans, and you're out there, email
lowercase d's.
Okay, yeah, it doesn't matter. A little secret there. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Okay. I capitalize them so you can so they separate so that people can see them easier. But yeah, they'll get to you just fine, I promise. But when it comes to running for office, tell the veterans out there, about running for office. What are you looking for? Are you looking for service, past service? What positions are open to run for? Which seats are open?
Yes, it's good if they contact their local GOPs and kind of work with them to be strategically, to know what spots need to be filled by Patriot Americans. And I've seen it in the past where Patriots have run against Patriots, and then ended up the Democrat won.
Yeah. Well, they kind of do that sometimes on purpose. I think, that's the other thing, that sometimes it's a strategic thing that the Democrats will do. Here we actually had people in the GOP who were actually campaign managers and consultants for the Democrat Party itself. And they were really high up in the party, causing catastrophe, causing a mess. And then we had a party that didn't want to support any Republican candidate that was running for office. So, I think that may be a situation that's happening from what I'm hearing around the nation. So I think that you, believe it or not, you might have candidates that you can get into office, especially if they are veterans, because people, tend to trust veterans because they do have that constitutional oath that other people don't have. And a lot of times they're not, they're very well trained, and they're servicemen. They know how to service the public.
And we'll get Veterans for America First up and rolling in North Carolina. That'll be another place they can contact with people who can contact with people and do the research and see where we need the candidates the most.
Yeah, and what he's talking about here, guys, if you go to vfaf.us, make sure you go to vfaf.us. There are some poser groups trying to pretend to be Veterans for America First. This is the original Veterans for America First by Admiral Kubik, who was the one who was credited by Steve Bannon and Corey Lewandowski for being the original leader of the movement. General Flynn also played a role, but did not stay with the organization. Admiral Kubik currently serves as national spokesperson for VAFAF to this day. The organization's founder, Joshua Malkus, focused on veterans issues while promoting a secure border. In 2020, Stan Fitzgerald took the political direction of the organization, focusing on America First agenda, while was named president in 2023 and 2024. Robert Cornatelli was named president, and Jared Craig was named vice president. The organization has been invited to Mar-a-Lago. I know because I've been there with them for President Trump's announcement to campaign for the 47th president of the United States. President Trump shared the organization's 2024 presidential endorsement on Truth Social. Robert Cornatelli and Stan Fitzgerald also worked on the 2024 South Carolina State Trump Campaign Coalition. So that is the organization. Here's the history that no other organization can get past. And then here are all of the endorsements. And I am the National Press Secretary for Veterans for America First. I say I am the one that the commies love to hate. I mean, they just love to hate me. And that's because we are out and about endorsing people who are Veterans for America First. We interview them. We make sure that they are legitimate, and we offer for each person. If you have a candidate, you're welcome to fill out the endorsement application here and let us know about your military experience, your branch, your political history. We vet all of this. We have a massive team of vetters. And yeah, that's what we're going to continue to do, because we are not backing down from the commies, especially on our soil. And we will continue to make sure that we get people into office so that we do not live in tyranny. Because if we continue to let these people happen, not only you're not going to have any shrimp, we'll have ShrimpGate, but we will have another shutdown. We'll have, it'll be whatever they want it to be. And during the process, yep, they'll have their emergency orders whipped out and they'll own you pretty much. And then when they don't get enough, they will then try to elect themselves into office by changing election years. Well, what if they just keep switching the election years back and forth and back and forth? I mean, that's what happens in third world regimes. But David, that is what is genuinely happening here. So yeah, I mean, it's crazy. The things are crazy. So David, we are 3 minutes away from being out of here for the night. You've told people how to find you. Anything else that you want them to know until we meet again?
Yes. If you're interested in joining Veterans for America First, Eastern North Carolina, Central and Western North Carolina, we'll be recruiting patriots.
And what he means, ladies and gentlemen, is you want to go here to vfaf.us. You actually just want to go to sign up right here, and anybody can sign up. Okay. You can, veterans, first responders, police, fire, veterans, family members thereof. And really we're trying to limit it there because we've had a little bit of a infiltration. So until that kind of dies down, you're going to have to get to know one of us, and we're going to have to vet you. We'll interview you because we are not going down a road of communism. No way, Jose. Not under my watch, David. What about yours?
Oh my.
Our families like to stay free, and people come here because they want to be free, and they don't want to be held down by any regimes whatsoever, and that is the way we want to keep it. David, I hope that you will come back on and join me with your perspective. I appreciate you bringing ShrimpGate to the surface for us tonight, because I had no idea anything about ShrimpGate. And people definitely need to know. So we'll put all the information down on ShrimpGate, where you need to be, where maybe protests are occurring, the people that you need to contact. And that way you can connect with David in the process and make sure that you sign up for Veterans for America First. Just go on the homepage, sign up, and we'll make sure that David gets your information if you are in North Carolina. And I will get your information if you're in Florida, because I'm the vice president of the Florida chapter here with some awesome veterans, man. We have got a group, we've got people that know how to have fun, and we do not let the politicians buy with very much. Let's just put it that way. and we've actually found a lot to run for office. So that's very exciting. We want to do the same thing in North Carolina. So make sure that you do give David a follow. David, are you on X? Are you on Facebook? How can they find you on social media?
X and Getter and Truth Social, and some of the, like the Getter and Truth Social don't have much of a following because I'm still kind of building on that. And but Facebook, David Draper, and you'll see my mug.
Okay.
And,
They'll
TikTok,
recognize you?
ma'am.
They'll recognize you?
Oh yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect.
TikTok Patriots. I keep a small following on that page, but people can follow and join if they want to.
Okay. And I'm also going to say that we'll probably post your link on the VAF War Room Facebook page. So that's VAF War Room on almost every social media channel. That's VFAF. That's Veterans for America First War Room on Facebook, X, everywhere. So we do hold podcasts like this. We get veterans' points of view. We get politicians' points of view. We hold their feet to the fire, and we try to help them once they're in office by drafting legislation so that they don't get railroaded. So that is a big thing. So David, I hope that you and your group, I wish you much success and look forward to helping you in every way we possibly can to make sure that your candidates get elected there.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, God bless everybody. We're signing off tonight. And I appreciate you guys being on. Make sure that you do hit the like button, hit the Rumble button if you're on Rumble. Make sure you share this with a few friends and neighbors, especially if you're in North Carolina, or if you love shrimp and you love shrimp and grits. Make sure that they know about ShrimpGate, okay? Because the louder we are, the better off we're going to be. And you can contact your legislators too and tell them, listen, you are messing with my shrimp and grits. And that is not going to happen here. So, ladies and gentlemen, make sure that you do also follow us on wherever you listen to podcasts. We are there under Patriots Perspective. You will find us there. And I look forward to seeing you guys back. We are trying to make sure that we have something go out for you every single night. If there's somebody that you think we should interview, you can email Patriots Perspective on the contact us form on the website, or you can go to VAF.us and we will, you can contact us there as well. So thank you guys. God bless. And David, thank you so much for being on.
Thank you, Miss Christi. You have a good day.
You too.
Remember, take action. Take action. Don't let big tech win. Share this video with a friend now. Most importantly, do unto others as you would have others do unto you.